What's going on, guys? Ponyline here. Today I'm going to be making a map overview of one of the new maps in Battlefield 1. The map in question is Fao Fortress, which there are 7 points in particular that we're going to be talking about in the video. The first point of interest is the first point right outside the British Empire spawn, otherwise known as Turtle Hill or Point A in Conquest. One of the key things to note though is that once you do capture this point, or in other game modes, this is where one flat cannon will be at on the map. The second point of interest to cover is known as Redoubt, otherwise Point B in Conquest. This flag is much different than the others because it's exposed from 4 different sides. It's exposed from the water, from the fortress, from Point C, and from Turtle Hill, otherwise Point A. It's a very chaotic place where there's only a little bit of cover in the middle that you can hide in the rocks. You can also sneak up from the beach, there's a little bit of a cliffside to use, but as I stated, this is a very chaotic spot where you're going to be under fire from all different areas. The third point of interest is known as Marsh Village, otherwise Point C in Conquest. Like Point B, it is exposed from numerous angles, but at the same time, the village consists of 3 buildings that you can use for cover and hide inside of, so you gotta make sure to actually clear out the buildings when capping the flag. There's also 1 heavy machine gun on one of the roofs that you can utilize to hold off people coming from Point A or Turtle Hill. An important thing to note is that all the buildings in Marsh Village are destructible, so you can either use that to your advantage to take down buildings that people are hiding in, or to be wary of when enemies are going to be coming through with tanks or using explosives to blow down the buildings that you may be hiding in. The fourth point of interest is Alpha Battery or Point D in Conquest. This flag overlooks the majority of the map except for the fortress itself. The verticality and the layout of this point tends to lead to a lot of snipers and long-range medic rifles to be utilized. It is very important to clear out the top shelf that overlooks D because a lot of people do tend to hide up there and snipe down to cover the point. In general, while playing Fao Fortress, I tend to use a sniper more than any other class just because I find myself in long-range engagements the majority of the time that I'm fighting. It is also important to note though that there are a lot of options to take out infantry as well as other vehicles that might be on the map. Almost on every single point there is a field gun that can be used. The fifth point of interest is called Shat al-Arab Post or Point G in Conquest. This is the point that's right outside the Ottoman Empire spawn. Just like Point A or Turtle Hill, there is a flat cannon that will spawn here. The final 2 points to be covered are both contained within the fortress. The first one to be covered will be the inner fortress. The inner fortress is rather dangerous because in order to actually capture or hold this point, you are forced to actually be on ground level where you're exposed to multiple levels of enemies that can shoot you from the castle roof, a mid-level, or even from doors that come from underneath the fortress itself. It is at this point that you will also find the third and final flat cannon. The second point in the fortress is the outer fortress. It is at this point that you'll find a lot of snipers trying to shoot the people at the B, D, and C flags. The inner fortress is marked as flag E in Conquest, and the outer fortress is marked as flag F. There are 2 weapon pickups that are on Fao Fortress. You'll find that the flamethrower kit is on flag F, or the outer fortress, and you'll find the anti-tank rifle on flag D. You'll notice that a majority of the action will take place at the fortress, as it seems to be a magnet for where people want to try to take control of. As for vehicles on the map, each side gets 1 boat, 1 plane, 3 horses, and 1 tank. I hope you guys found the information about Fao Fortress useful, and if you guys have any questions whatsoever about the map or anything in particular, please feel free to go to my YouTube channel ponylionHD and ask any questions in the comment section. Until next time, have a good one.